Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'm so sorry that I haven't actually uploaded a video in a while. I am going to explain all about that in this video, and I thought I would do a mukbang. I'm going to say mukbang, which is basically where you kind of like eat while you're talking or answering questions or whatever it is. So obviously today is a Sunday and I thought that I would get a McDonald's breakfast, which is something I haven't had in ages. So, I thought that just because, you know, I've already eaten quite a lot of rubbish this weekend, so I may as well top it off with more rubbish. So I'm going to get everything out that I ordered and then I will talk you through. I have gone for a double sausage and egg McMuffin, 2 hash browns because hash browns are my favourite thing. And I went for the pancakes. So I'm going to start with probably the double sausage and egg McMuffin because they'll be the messiest to eat, I guess. So where do I start? So basically I started a new job in July, if you guys have been following me. And since then I have been literally rushed off my feet, just so busy. Because when you start a new job, oh gosh, I'm dropping everything. When you start a new job, kind of like a real job, not like retail or anything like that, you really need to like dive into the company and really understand what the company does, because as a whole, the more that you understand what each department does and what the company does as a whole, it will really benefit your job. So I've gone for the double sausage and egg McMuffin. Now the thing is, I don't actually like the eggs from McDonald's, so I'm going to take the egg out and just eat the sausage. So yeah, for the last few months I've been working really hard. I always forget how nice the sausages are. So yeah, I've been working really hard. When I haven't been working, I've kind of just been at home, just kind of like relaxing. I've also been finishing off my freelance work, which now means that once I've like finished 99% of it. So now that I've finished 99% of it, I can actually really focus on my blog and my channel, which is really fun. I have a lot of ideas, but it's kind of just getting motivated to do them. Oh my god, it's so messy. The great thing about living in London is we have McDonald's delivery. So if you're like me, where you wake up on a Sunday or a Saturday, or any day really, and it's already 10 o'clock and you only have half an hour to get the food, just do Deliveroo. No. I think it's on Uber Eats. Use Uber Eats and you can get McDonald's breakfast and you don't even have to leave the house. So that's what I did. Yeah, so I've been really working very hard the last few months. But now I feel like I've completely settled into my job. I kind of know what I'm doing. The freelance work is going really well because it's almost finished. So I can really, you know, spread my time wisely now. And that really excites me because I have really missed like videoing and doing blog posts, but it's just also very time consuming when you have a 9-to-5 job. It's not as easy as people think. So people who do like university or college or school, it's so much easier because you have a lot more free time. I literally have to wipe my hands every time because it's just so like juicy. Yeah, so there's a lot of things I want to do on my blog and stuff. It's also finding people who may be able to help me film or doing it myself, but doing it myself takes a lot longer. So yeah, it's something I'm considering at the moment. The McDonald's hash browns are my favourite. I could easily eat 10 of them. I have a funny story. So when I used to work in my old workplace, so I used to work for a bubble tea company. Some of you may know that, some of you may not know that. And I used to work on the weekends, and I used to work with one of my best friends. So what we would do is on the weekends, we'd take turns, because we would start work at 10. And then the place would open to the public at 12. So what we would do is in the morning we would go past, because it's on the way past McDonald's, we would take turns and we would literally just buy like hash browns and have them for breakfast. So that's always a fun memory, because we both really like hash browns. And funny enough, I was the person who introduced hash browns to my friend, because she'd never had McDonald's hash browns before, which I thought was crazy. So I was like, wait, hold up a minute, you need to try one. And since then she's been hooked. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. This is for you. I love McDonald's hash browns, and I love McDonald's chips, but with the chips I always find that you need to get a fresh batch, because A, because it's like salty, and B, because they're not soggy as well. What else have I got to tell you? Okay, so another story. Seeing as we are eating McDonald's, I don't think I've ever spoken about this, but maybe I have. I actually used to work at McDonald's. Now, I didn't actually work there for long. I worked there for about a month, and it was just, it was my first job. I was 15, just about to turn 16, and I really liked the job. It was busy. I'm not going to say where I worked, because it's just not something I would say. So it was very busy, and there was always something to do, and I kind of was on cashier, so I was at the front. I really enjoyed it. So I mostly did mornings, and when you do mornings, or when you do any shift, you get a break, and you get a meal with your break. So obviously, because I did mornings, I got breakfast, which was great. But yeah, the only thing that wasn't great was the people there, and I think if the people were different, I would have stayed there a lot longer. But the people were just really, really horrible, and I think it is a case with McDonald's. You either get really nice people or you don't get nice people. And unfortunately, I didn't get very nice people, so I didn't really like the job, so I didn't stay there very long. But it did teach me a lot. It taught me, you know, to always keep busy, how to always keep busy, to refill the cups, to refill the serviettes, things like that. So that's really important in a workplace. So then when I moved on to my next job at the bubble tea company, I knew how to keep myself busy. So now you know. I used to work at McDonald's. And the worst thing was coming home smelling of McDonald's, because that was just awful. Every day you would smell McDonald's. So yeah, that was the only bad thing, and also the people as well. But yeah, I mean, you can't help the people, you know. You're even gonna get put in a place where there's nice people or not nice people, and that happens in every job, not just McDonald's. So yeah. Talk about Cardi B. Now, I absolutely love Cardi B. I think she is hilarious. I also love how she always stands up for herself. I think that's like just a really good thing. Like, I think if someone's saying something about you or things like that, you should always like stand up by yourself. I'll admit I'm not the best at that. Sometimes I just like go along with it, and you know, I like to keep the peace. Yeah, but I also say kind of how I feel. I'm like very kind of like I wear my heart on my sleeve type person. So I really like her in that sense. But blimey, when she had that fight with Nicki Minaj at the, I think it was that New York Fashion Week, the thing on her head was huge. So I don't know what was thrown at her or whatever, because I know she threw a shoe at Nicki. But it was huge and it must have hurt so much, because sometimes when I, you know, if you bump your head a little bit, it hurts a lot. But that was massive. It was like a golf ball, literally. I don't know how I'm going to eat these pancakes. Let's talk about Asian representation. So obviously I am fully Chinese as far as I know. I was adopted when I was 10 months old and raised by 2 English people. So I am basically very, very white on the inside and yellow on the outside. So basically like a banana. And if you guys have seen Crazy Rich Asians, you will totally understand that. And now you'll probably understand it because I just explained what it meant. So I would say I'm not fully, I'm not very Asian, but I do love where I come from. You know, I really appreciate my country and kind of what's happened, and I love kind of like the films where there's loads of Asian people. And yeah, so when the 2 films came out, Crazy Rich Asians and To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I was so excited. Oh. So yeah, when the films came out, Crazy Rich Asians and To the Boys I've Loved Before, I was just really excited because it's a very big step for where I come from. Because there's not that many like those kind of Asian films. There's a lot of like Indian films, but like Asians, there's not that many. So it was great to have 2 in one year. I need to keep rolling my sleeves up because otherwise I'm going to get so mucky. To All the Boys I've Loved Before is great. To be honest, I haven't read the book, so I did cheat a bit there. But I have watched it several times and I just love it every time. It's just so cute, and I love how it's modern but it's also like traditional, and yeah, I really like that. But Crazy Rich Asians has got to be my favourite. I watched it twice in one weekend. It's just so fun and different but also traditional, and I really love the cast. I'd say Aquafina, so Piglen, I think that's how you say her name, and Astrid, so Gemma Chan. Those are my favourite 2 characters. I just love them. Obviously Piglen is just hilarious, and she's also hilarious as herself. I think it was very easy for her to portray Piglen because her personality anyway is like that. Gemma Chan, she is British. She is beautiful. I mean, she just looks amazing all the time. I don't know how she does it. And obviously Astrid in the movie is just like this role model that kind of like every woman aspires to be, always looking amazing but really kind and caring and down to earth, and yeah, I loved her. I think if when I'm like older, like mid-20s, well, I'm almost in my mid-20s anyway, but late 20s we'll say, if I'm like that, like glamorous all the time, then that will be amazing. I don't think I will be though, because I'm quite lazy. If you guys know me like in person, I hardly wear makeup, so I'm not wearing makeup now. Mainly because I just woke up about 45 minutes ago. But I don't really wear makeup unless I'm going out, like out on the town, or I'm on holidays when I mainly wear makeup. Obviously there was an occasion a few weeks ago where I went to a wedding, I wore makeup then. And yeah, I don't really wear makeup. I wear like mascara and lip products the most, but I don't really wear foundation as that much. I think it's mainly because, one, I'm quite lazy when it comes to it anyway. Like even when I put makeup on, I don't really put loads on. and 2 because when I was younger, well not younger, when I was like, I don't know, in my teens, so 13, 14, 15, I got really bad acne. So I had it on my face and I had it on my back, and I actually went on to really strong medication for it, which I'll talk to in a minute actually. And I think that since then, because my skin is so good, the only time it's not good is around the time of the month, but that's kind of like because I'm off the pill for the week. But the pill I'm on is a combination pill, so it's actually for skin and for obviously the pill. So I think that because I'm on the pill and because it's helping my skin, and also because I've been on this very strong medication for my skin, excuse me, I don't always want to cover my skin up because it's not healthy for your skin. So I try and let my skin breathe as much as I can. Also with my hair as well, I try and let my hair breathe as much as I can. So if I have a bath or a shower, I tend to let it air dry, no matter what time of the year it is. If I'm in a rush, I'll kind of half dry and let the rest to air dry. I very rarely use heat on it. The only time is when I like curl my hair. I don't need to straighten my hair because it is naturally straight, because obviously I'm Asian, which is a very nice perk. So yeah, I try and kind of like do as less as I can, because I'm lazy, but also because I just don't like putting loads of products on my face and my hair and things like that. But one thing I do put on my hair is kind of like the OGX. It's not like serum, but it's kind of like hair syrup, I guess. I like to put that on just the bottoms of my hair, just to keep it like, you know, silky smooth. So yeah, let's talk about the medication I was on. I've forgotten the name. Oh no. I was on a medication called Roaccutane, and it was a very strong medication. I think I was on it when I was like 15, 16. I was on it for 2 years. And the medication that it is so strong that it can deform a baby if you ever got pregnant while you were on the medication. So because of that, you have to sign a disclosure form saying that you won't get pregnant during this time. And I wasn't sexually active then anyway, so it didn't matter. But because this pill was pills, I would say, I think I took about 3 pills a day, which is quite strong, quite heavy for a 15-year-old. And yeah, I used to have a pregnancy test every 2 months. I used to have a blood test every month. I think the blood test was to make sure that there are no blood clots forming anywhere, and obviously the pregnancy test for obvious reasons. So that was quite harsh because I was going to the hospital all the time. And the thing is, with the hospital I was going to, Chelsea and Westminster, it's a very busy hospital. So what would normally be a 10-minute appointment to get my blood thing done would take ages, because you have like this like ticketing system. So yeah, literally sometimes I'd be there for like 2-3 hours. And I was in school then, so it was, you know, it was a big thing because I would like miss the afternoon or whatever. So yeah, I mean, that was a really tough experience because Roaccutane, the side effects are horrible. You get really, really dry lips. Even if it's the summer, it doesn't matter. If you drink loads of water, it doesn't matter. You get really dry lips. You get dry skin here. So I was always putting moisturiser on. It was just horrible. I think other side effects are like possible headaches, tiredness, things like that. So it was very, very tough. And luckily I did it. I completed the course and now my skin's really, really good. Obviously not when I eat loads of junk, but in general it's very good. So the only way you can get on this if you get referred by your doctor, and then you have to go to the dermatologist in the hospital and they can say yes or no. So it's not an easy thing because it is a very, very strong drug. So not everyone is like able to do it, because it's not they don't meet the specifications, if that makes any sense. But some people do. So yeah, I mean, I'm very, very thankful that I got to do it, because it's made my life a lot happier, because obviously when you're younger and you have spots and especially the amount of spots I had, it was like you get very self-conscious, and you know, if you're going to school and other people, not just guys but girls as well, who kind of like make fun of you, and you know, it's not nice. So having the opportunity to kind of like reduce that was amazing. Right, so now I'm going to go on to the pancakes, which I think are probably not that hot anymore, but hey ho. Oh look, here's my pancakes. The thing I like about the McDonald's pancakes is that they're always like perfectly round. I don't know if it's because they use a mold or anything, because when I worked there I didn't see them making the pancakes because I was in the front serving the pancakes, so I don't know. And the syrup, oh, I love the syrup, one of my favourite things ever. And luckily they gave me 2, so if I don't have enough syrup I have another one. So yeah, something I want to start to do is I want to try and basically find new people in London that do kind of the same thing I do. So, you know, they have a blog, or they're interested in fashion, or they like going for brunch, or they work similar hours to me, because I've found that my friends, to be honest, I don't really have a lot of like close friends. I just have like, you know, probably I can count them on my hands, but most of my, I'd say about 80% of my friends are still like in uni or doing a master's or something like that. So the timing's very different, because obviously I do a 9-to-5 job. I'm working 9 to 5. It doesn't really change that much. Where they're doing uni, they have like classes sometimes in the evening or in the morning or things like that, so our schedules don't always match up, so it makes it very hard to meet up, and also to stay in contact. I mean, I try really hard to stay in contact with most of my friends, but sometimes you kind of just drift apart, not because of anything either of you have done, but just because the way life is. And especially one of my friends, she's actually in the army at the moment, and she's my longest friend. I've known her since we were 10 or 11, so you know, we've known each other for a good 10-11 years, and because she's in the army we don't talk that much, but she's also very rubbish with her phone and she knows that. Oh my god, the syrup is so good. But yeah, she's in the army, and you're not really allowed your phone that much in the army, so we haven't really spoken that much for ages, and we don't really speak that much anyway, just because she's not very good with her phone, but she's always there for me. Like, she's my oldest friend, she knows everything I've been through, and you know, I know that just because we don't talk a lot, she's always there for me and I'm always there for her, so that's kind of nice to know. But yeah, I would really like to meet some other like girlfriends, just to do normal things really, like go eat, go shopping, talk about boys, go to the cinema, do some more things in London, because I find that if you live in London, well, especially myself, I know a lot of my friends do actually explore London. If you live in London, you kind of tend to stick to what you know. So I always stay in the West, so kind of like where I live. I go to Westfield a lot, I go to like Oxford Circus a lot, Piccadilly a lot, Farringdon, King's Cross, but I don't really go like to the east or to the south or to the north. It's just not because I don't want to, just because it's kind of like habits, I guess. So I'd really love to explore like East London, like Box Park, Shoreditch. I'd love to explore South London, so I know you've got places like, I think there's like a Box Park in Croydon and things like that. So yeah, that's on my like to-do list. Yeah, I think that's kind of like all the stuff I have to catch you up on, really. I think I'm going to try and do catch-up videos like every 2 months maybe, because I think if I do it every month there's not really much to catch you up on. every 2 months is a good amount. So yeah, I hope you like this video. It's a little different to what I normally do, but I thought it would be kind of fun to film and also kind of catch you up on what I'm doing now. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.